Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to episode 2 of Global Farmer, where we, last episode guys, built our very own farming business. We got things rocking and rolling, we built a farmhouse and we bought our first field. We even bought our first tractor and instruments that enabled us to plant, sow, seed, all the farming words to grow expensive crops. Now, in this episode, we're hopefully going to buy 2 more fields. I might go for these 2 here, providing they're not too expensive, and try and get multiple crops grown at a time so I can kind of increase the amount of money that we can make in to fulfill all the contracts that we're going to have coming in, which does mean I'm going to have to hire more workers. It also means that we're going to have to buy more tractors and more equipment. So this could be a very, very expensive episode. Now, if you're enjoying this little farming, Global Farmer series right now, guys, and please make sure you smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you are new around here so you get notified when more episodes do come out. And leave a comment saying thank you for playing some more and we'll do just that. So, we need to figure out first and foremost then, what does our current field require before I can start planting? Now, we recently did de-weed it. It does need a little bit more of potassium and some more nitrogen, so I might implement some of that in the field, but I also could put all of them down and hopefully it'll kind of do all of it. But then again, it will be cheaper just to kind of place down the individual items themselves. So, fertilize the field there and get that done. Now, while that happens, we're going to take a look at trying to buy these fields. Do you know what? They're not that expensive. Between the pair of them, it's just under $500,000. Considering that I've got 3.7 million in the bank right now, that's pretty good. Now, they look like they pretty much want to grow different things, but I don't think there's much difference. I think it's just rearranging the top 5 or whatnot. So, let's buy this field. Bam. And let's buy this field. Bam. I've just bought 2 brand new fields. Now, the pair of them are okay. They've got hydration, or moisture, I should say. Not much weed in there, which is good. It's got all the nutrients, so they're pretty much ready to go and for me to start planting. Now, before I do that, I'm probably going to end up buying a few new toys so I can start plowing and sorting these fields out. So let's switch to our farm. And I reckon... Now, in reality, I don't have to, right, buy more vehicle. Actually, do you know what? That would be a good test. Why don't I try and plant in all 3 fields with the current equipment that I've got? See how much time consuming it's going to be. See how difficult it's going to be. See how many hiccups I get before I decide on the next set of crops to buy more vehicles. That would be a good little test. Now, I could always kind of manually sow the fields with our 10 workers that we've got. But I don't really want to go down that road just yet. Now, there we go. The nutrients now being placed in the field. So that's going to go through. Very good, very good, very good. And it does need a little bit of nitrogen. So I'll throw the nitrogen in. Right, get that done real quick. Right, speed through it. Bam, we're done. We're all good. Now, it looks like winter's coming up as well. So I'm not sure how this is going to affect things. But let's start with our original field and let's do some planting here. Now, we can plant ryegrass, which increases everything. This is something I should have maybe planted rather than putting like chemicals into the soil. But it is what it is. Now, I could plant some lettuce. Is there a particular time of year? Field lettuce optimally grows between 6 and 28 degrees. What's the current weather? It's expecting to go into the minuses coming up shortly. So is there anything I could grow that would really benefit from minus temperatures? I don't think there is going to be anything, is there? I think it is what it is. So I'll grow lettuce in this field, which is going to really suck out all the nutrients. Or do I go asparagus? Asparagus is a lot less. Let's select you. Now, for the seed bed, we've got a track that it's going to take 2 days. If I did mechanically seeding, I don't have any equipment that could mechanically seed it. So that's going to have to be manual labor. And I can get 10 people to work on it, which will take 5 days. Not great, but it does show us that we do need to buy a few more equipments, but that's fine. We've got to figure out what we need to buy. And then harvesting, I don't have anything that can mechanically harvest asparagus. That's wild. Right, let me confirm that then. That's confirmed. Now, this field down here, let's plant. And let's do something that maybe we most likely will have the ability to kind of grow. Lettuce. Now, let us find out. Now, I can't do mechanicals. I've got no tractors available unless I decide to move it over a couple of days. So I'm going to give us a couple of days space. I know it's going to take 2 days for that, but a couple of days space right there kind of really spaces it out. We can mechanically seed it, but we can't mechanically harvest it. Now, I think we can't harvest it because of how the days fall. Yeah, because I have no available workers when this kind of falls into it. So I don't know whether I'm going to have to or need to space it out a bit more so it staggers so the workers or the tractor... No, the workers are available here. Right, I've got nothing to mechanically harvest asparagus and lettuce at this moment in time. And also seed asparagus as well. So confirm all of them. Now, let me see if I can get something... Do I not have like a harvester? No, I actually don't, do I? We've got... Oh, we got a root harvester. We can harvest carrots and onions. So I might grow that in the next field. Now, something else I've got to find out as well. Let's see. We could accept the carrot one. There's some lettuce. Got to grow some tomatoes, some onions, some zucchinis. But we'll sort out the contracts a little bit later. Right, planting-wise, let's go for carrots anyway, because maybe I could then implement... Oh, this is a bigger one, isn't it? That contract. Now, mechanically, I'm waiting to be able to mechanically plant carrots, which will move it a bit further down. There we go. Seeding, we can mechanically do it, and harvesting, we can mechanically do it as well. So that will save us a lot of time and confirm that. So all these fields are now going to be planted, seeded, sown, harvest, all that jazz, all at different times. Now, one thing I want to make sure real quick, do I have the autosave on? It's every 5 minutes because this game is known to crash. You know what I mean? So I got to make sure that, you know, I can continue the progress, boys. Fasty forward D, and there we go. So we've now got the tractor plowing the field, which is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Now, the way it's staggered is so once it finishes that, there'll be a few day wait period. So they're now seeding as we go. We might see another field. I think this one start plowing at some point because we tried to stagger it just nice. So now growing asparagus. I think we're now in the growing stages. I can also fast forward to the next action, which is now plowing the field. Now seeding the field. And now we're growing lettuce. See how much quicker it was when you've actually got mechanical bits and bobs. And then to the next action, which is all the way for the carrots. Seeding the carrots. And now everything is now growing. So we are in February. It's a cold, wintry month in the UK, February. But spring should be just around the corner. Now, we got to keep on top of things to make sure that we don't have too much going on. There's enough moisture, or we're losing moisture here. So I might throw in some moisture and irrigate that field for the asparagus right now. And hopefully we got enough stuff. So reality, we're growing lettuce, we're growing carrots, and we're growing asparagus. Now, in terms of contracts, I could accept the carrot one here, which I'll get an extra 15 grand for doing it. Now, we're growing asparagus, we're growing lettuce. We have the ability to sell some lettuce there, but they're going to want a lot of onions, which I'm most likely going to have to grow onions after, and then tomatoes. So, let's see. Shall I accept it? It's going to give us 400 days, which is well over a year. So, we'll try and get those goals all done. Now, if I want to go down the road of being able to get more stuff and kind of create more stuff and build more stuff. Oh, do I have onions here I need to sell? I've just realized I've got onions here I need to sell. I have a contract for onions, right? Or do I not? I do, which is right there. Okay. I just need lettuce and tomatoes. Okay, that's good. That's real good. So, build-wise, We're going to give ourselves an extra... How much? These tractors are 60 grand. So I'm going to buy one, two. Okay. So I've got 2 extra tractors. Actually, I might put the vehicle parking on a different side. Is that the extra large? There we go. What's the rotate again? Is it R? Yes. So what I'll do, okay, is I'll put on one side the actual vehicles, meaning the tractors, and on the other side we'll put all the equipment for it. So put the tractors over here, making life a little bit easier for us. And then we'll try and do them in categories as well. So over here we've got a seed bed preparator, a vegetable planter, fertilizer. Okay, it's all actually a little bit of everything, isn't it? A root harvester. Right, it's a little bit of everything. So let me see what I can do in terms of attachments. Now, I want to be able to... I need to harvest more than anything, don't I? So we've got the root harvester, which does carrots and onions. There is a potato harvester. We're not really growing potatoes just yet. Large cultivator. Just to stop weed growth. There is vehicles you can get, which this does wheat. Pumpkin. Right, what am I missing then for harvesting? That's the planter, which I'm going to go for a second one of those so I can do multiple planting at once. Put you there and then you there. That makes my life a little bit easier. Yeah, so what am I missing then to harvest? Potato harvester. What am I missing to harvest asparagus and stuff? You can filter it for asparagus, but nothing appears. So what do I need to harvest asparagus then? You know what I mean? I'm not too sure. Now, that is... Sorry, we're getting confusing right now. That's the for planting vegetables. Now, which is our plow? Seedbed preparator. Fertilizer. That's for harvesting. What? Fishing seedbeds, action before seeding. Right, we don't have anything to actually plow, do we? Now, that requires a tractor with 200 brake horsepower, which I do not have right now. So, is there like a... So, I can't basically, I can't plow just yet. I can't plow. Now, a root harvester we've got. So, I'm going to move this over here real quick. And I'm going to buy a second one of those so I can harvest 2 fields at the same time. Because be able to do them all at the same time would mean that I can be so much more efficient. So that there allows me to plant. That allows me to harvest the root stuff. Okay. Now, we also have the seed bed preparator, which we're going to buy a second one of these. Now, these allow us to preparate the seed bed for seeding, obviously. This is all the irrigation stuff. So this is for that's the weed. The anti-weed spray I put over there. This is the irrigation I put just here. And this is the fertilizer. Right, there we go. So we've doubled up on some stuff, but we're still missing a few others, which is what we have to understand. Now, we could do with maybe implementing some more additional weeding stuff, because if we get to the point where we can do all 3 fields at once, then you're going to want to like de-weed all at once and so on and so on. So the anti-weed sprayer, which is just here, that's only 12,000, so you don't mind buying another one of those. I know I'm spending some money right now, boys, but needs must. Needs must. Fertilizer sprayer, again, we have the ability then to fertilize multiple fields at once. I don't feel like we're going to have to do moisture in many fields, so we'll probably keep that as it is. A corn seeder. No, I think I'll keep it like that. I'm now able to do 2 at once, if that makes sense. We can now do 2 at once. We'll just see how the rest of it now goes. We'll see how the rest of it now goes. So let's have a little fast forward then, because we've got lots of work now needing to get done. We've added the moisture to that one field. Workers are being paid. We are losing nutrients in a lot of the fields. Lettuce we're losing the most right now. So I might drop in some... do I do a little bit of everything? Let's do a little bit of everything. Let's fertilize it. And see what we can get out of this field. So that's done a lot more for us, and we've now got a lot more moisture going back in. I think that's down to the rain, to be honest with you. This field as well, we'll probably do a bit of fertilization as well. So even though you've spent the money on the seeds, you've still got to spend a lot more money to make sure the crop sustains. We'll throw in some fertilizer here. Right, that's fertilizing that field. Right, so how far are we now, right, from actually being able to harvest? We're actually not that far off right now from actually sorting out the asparagus, which is quite exciting. So fast forward, and then we'll put some tomatoes in there if we have the ability to do so. Right, we're now harvesting, so we're having to use manual labor because we don't have the ability to harvest it at the moment with machinery. So that's all done. And then how far off are you? You're very close from being harvested on the lettuce. So we're going to quickly weed it or spray it with some weed stuff. And then we'll try and get some tomatoes planted over there. I think I've just seen the vehicle head on the way down right now. Oh, no, not the vehicle, sorry. The people actually harvesting for us. Right, amazing. Absolutely amazing. So I want to get in here then some tomatoes. Now, it's not the best in terms of crop fit, but it will add potassium to our soil. It does require a lot of sunshine, so you could argue it's almost the wrong time of year. It's too early in the year to grow tomatoes. But I'm going to do it just so I can kind of complete that little contract. Now, seeding tomatoes, we can't do it mechanically. Now, is that because of what? At this stage, the seed sowed correct depth, a variety of seed drills to ensure... Do I need a seed drill? Is that what it is I'm missing? Big cultivator, root harvester. I'm not actually sure what it requires, if I even have the ability to buy what I need to buy. Do I need to research some stuff? Is there ability to research in the game? Or is it a case of... I'm just going to have to actually manually plant them. You know, there's no way of me getting around it. Now, if that is the case, I'll stagger it a little bit. We'll get all of our workers on it. And in terms of harvesting, we need to get all of our workers on that as well. So there's not really a fat lot I can do about that, I'm afraid. But we will have a lack of water. And we will have a lack of sunshine. We 100% understand and know that we're not going to maximize the amount of tomatoes we can grow. We know this, okay? There's no way around it. We absolutely know this. But it's what's needed to give us the 1.5 tons to complete that goal. So fast forward then, we'll get them to start now. Well, we're actually now harvesting all of that lettuce, boys. Which I have a feeling... Well, we've got not enough storage as well for the carrots. Right, okay. I got a feeling we've got to sort this out. We'll fertilize this field real quick. Now, we don't have enough storage for the carrots. And I think that's mainly down to the fact that in my marketplace, we need to get rid of some of this stuff. So, not too many kilograms. If I get rid of 10... No, not 10 kilograms, sorry. 10,000, and that'll leave me with 2 left, wouldn't it? If I sell you, I've got enough left. And then asparagus, we can sell all the asparagus, can't we? I don't need it for any goal. Onions, we'll sell 22,000. Oh, snap. I've sold too many. I didn't even realise. I'm an idiot. We sold I thought that was 1,000, not 10,000. Right, damn it. We've got to grow more onions. We've got to grow more onions. I'm an idiot. I'm an actual fool. Right, that's okay, though, because we could grow them in this field. Onions. There we go, boys. All machinery-based stuff, so we confirm that. What an idiot. What an idiot. But we're okay. We are okay. So the carrots, we're planting the onions too early, but I'm now stressing because of this contract that I've got to sort out. Right. Skip to next action. Fast forward. Actually, when are we planting these? Did I not select it? Confirm. There we go. I don't think I selected it, did I? So we can actually now complete that one contract. So this one, complete it. Thank you very much. Get paid for that, boys. And we're just now just waiting for the other. So we've got loads of carrots right now, which we can now technically sell the rest of the carrots. But what are the other contracts? They're nothing to do with carrots. They're zucchini and zucchini. Looks like we're planting zucchini after all these. So marketplace, all the carrots, all of them, sell. Nice. So we got to try and reap back all of our money from buying the new fields and for all the new farm equipment as well. And I had 3.7 million at the start of this episode. I've now got 3.3. So we're slowly going to kind of crawl it back. But it is very expensive. Right, so we're going to throw in some potassium. And we're also going to weed it. Even though we don't need to weed it, we're going to do it anyway. All right, get through that field. Weed it all. Very good. And basically, grow zucchini, which is here. Which in the UK, that's a courgette. Right, harvesting though. I don't think I've got the tools to harvest a zucchini. So, is it a... Not pumpkin. Nothing to do with those. Is it attachment? A root harvester? No. I'm a bit confused to why we don't have some of the equipment. Is it a case of... I've got to research it? Is it a case of... I need to... just do it manual labor? Or... I'm staggering this over a bit. Or is it the game hasn't... the game is such early access still that they haven't developed it enough to include this type of stuff yet? I don't know. I don't know. But we're keeping an eye on everything right now. Moisture is definitely going back into all the fields as we speak. And we are going to be seeding shortly zucchini for our next couple of contracts. So are all the fields okay at the moment? I think the tomatoes are going to rip a lot of nutrients out. So I'll wait for them to get a little bit lower. And what's going to grow first? It might be the onions that complete first. No, it'll be the tomatoes. No, I don't know. I'm not sure if they grow at the same rate is the issue. Right, we're going to throw in some nitrogen. Now these, we'll throw in all the fertilizers and we'll do some... Can you weed spray even when you're planting? Or will it kill off the crop? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to find out. But we are now growing, boys. 3 fields on the go. Oh, it's like I'm a real farmer, isn't it? It is just like I am a real farmer. Right, fees are due. We still have animals. I've just realised we still have animals that we might need to kind of find a nice little field for them. But as soon as we can complete these little contracts, we can then... Oh, I just realised Flora's garden here and they get 100 grand almost. Now, these contracts will accept both of these. And these are all for zucchinis, which we are growing now. So we should be able to complete those goals too. Extra money from the contracts, as well as selling all of the crops. So, do I now just fast forward until the next action? Which, by the looks of it, is definitely going to be for harvesting the onions. It's definitely going to be harvesting these onions. Can we get right in and see the onions? You can kind of starting to see them all now growing, which is pretty cool. Paying more fees as we still go. Zucchini's not far off. So it's going to be, it'll be onions, tomatoes, and zucchinis at the end. Right, here we go. We ran out of potassium by the looks of it, but that's okay. Harvest, bam, done. So let's sort out, wow, it's literally got no potassium. Fertilize you, de-weed you, irrigate you. Right, get that field sorted as much as we can. And then fertilize it in general, which will add hopefully the equal amount of nutrients for all of it. That field is ready to go. Now it does still look visually, it looks overgrown. Maybe we can throw some animals on there to chomp on it, but it's fine anyway. We're now manually harvesting all of the tomatoes. There we go, there we go. So that contract can now be complete. And we're also now harvesting the zucchini as well. Wow, I think all of them can be done at once. Right, apparently I can't... Ah, no workers available. Right, we're going to irrigate it. We're going to de-weed it. And we're going to throw in some phosphorus in there as well on that field. So them contracts are all pretty much done right now, but I just want to sort the remainder of these fields out. Irrigate it, weed it, nutrient it, as in fertilization. Alright, wait for them to finish up these fields. I believe we're now all done. Are the fields all good? I mean, that could do with maybe a little bit of nitrogen still, but I'm not going to moan too much about that. So contract-wise, then, we can now accept the payment for sun pickers for this 800 kilograms of zucchini. The big one right now for 100 grand, which is the onions, lettuce, and tomatoes. And then another zucchini payment right now for 1.5 tons. That's good cash. But then we also have to sell everything that we've got here. So there's not that much lettuce remaining to sell you. There's 71 grand worth of onions remaining. 98 grand worth of tomatoes remaining. And how many? 109 of zucchini. Wow. Wow. We actually made quite a bit of the zucchini when you also include the contracts. And by that logic, we've now got the 3.7 million back in the bank. So not only have we now got the same amount of money that we started with, but we've been able to gain 2 more fields and a bunch of new equipment in tractors, kind of harvester things and is. You know what I'm trying to say, boys. You know what I'm trying to say. We've actually gained so much more back in return. So I think next episode then, it's only right that we get now a few more fields set up so we can house our animals so they can constantly keep them producing us some goods in the background that I don't have to do much with. Get an extra field or 2 in terms of just growing more crops, and maybe start to look at getting the actual big boy combine harvesters so I can start growing wheat or oats and rye and stuff like that and be able to harvest it into bales. That's what we need to look forward to in the next episode. We're making solid cash. We've done all of our contracts right now, so we'll have to wait for them to refresh in 115 odd days. We are making money. Guys, until next time, I'll see you all soon. So goodbye.